What it do, YouTube family? In the lab, you already know. Man, be hard on the G sometimes, y'all. I'm telling you. Now, remember the other day we was talking about the brown Cadillac. I like, man, it seemed like every time I tell this man his car ready, some go, well, this time, I mean, I guess I didn't do enough homework. Remember I told you I was going to add the return line to that fuel pump. You know, it keeps the fuel cooler, make the outside fuel pumps, give them longevity. So the little fuel pumps that I order, they be I think I get the ones that be like 3 to maybe 6 PSI. Because, you know, that's all the carburetor pretty much called for. So when I added that return line, that took away some of the PSI going to the carburetor. And I actually watched it in the fuel filter because he came and got the car, drove off good, stopped at the gas station, got some gas, drove, made it to the freeway. And as he was finna jump on the freeway, he hit the gas and he said bogged out and died on him. So I'm like, man, that's crazy. So he make it back. I say, man, I say, bring it back since you ain't made it that far, bro, because I don't want to take no chances. It was already kind of late at night, you know what I'm saying? It was getting cold. And I was like, man, just, bring it on back since you're not that far. Let me see what's going on. So he bring it back, park it. And I got up the next morning. I messed with it. Well, I messed with it that night. But when I got up the next morning and I had it running, I had to do something. I think I had to do a wheel bearing for my nephew. So what I did, I pulled the Cadillac to the side and I crunk it up. I say, let me go and let it be running and let me do this wheel bearing. And by the time I get through, check it out, take it for a drive or whatever and see what's going on. So what I noticed, by the time I put it in gear and hit the gas a little bit, it died on me. It bogged out and died. So I hear the fuel pump on. I go look and it's barely fuel in the filter. So I'm like, man, what's going on? I know I got all new lines. Everything should be, what it is. And I thought about it. I say, it must be losing pressure because of the return line. It's already a 3 to 6 PSI, and I took away from that running that return line, I guess. So what I did, I ordered a fuel pump that's 5 to 9 PSI. And it came in today. It's kind of cold out here. I might get down on the ground out here because I got it outside. We got Reggie in there putting the front suspension kit on my daughter's car for me. And I was out here finna mess with Electra, man, but it's kind of cold. It's not as cold as it usually be, but I don't know. I might mess around. But anyway, I'm gonna try this new fuel pump that's 5 to 9 PSI. And that should send enough pressure to keep the pressure on the carburetor and return the fuel. Now, one thing I can say, as long as I had that car running, I put my hand on the fuel pump was nice and cool. And I can hear the fuel returning in back into the tank. So it was doing what it was supposed to do. But I think I just need to get a stronger pump. So I'm gonna see what this 5 to 9 PSI pump do, and I know what to do because I put the same setup on Electra. So if this pump worked on this car good, I know I'm gonna have to go ahead and do it to Electra too. So, know how that go. I think that's gonna solve the problem though. 5 to 9 psi should get it. If that's still not strong enough, I think they got one that's 12 psi. I think the 12 psi should get it with the return line for sure, but I'm hoping this 5 to 9 get it on that 350 motor. The yellow Boss Hog been doing good. Pulled it out. I say, man, I'm gonna do the final little test drive today. Make sure everything good. I got in it, crunk it up, running good. I noticed a little light tapping, but I get that out of a lot of these old school cars that's been sitting up, and once you get them running, you might have a lifter that might lose prime, or and once you get to moving it around, it'll prime back up. So I heard a little tapping. I said, okay, that's kind of normal. I bagged it out. I hit a corner, and I noticed every time I stop, I see the oil light flashing. So I'm like, okay. So I hit one corner, I come back. When I pull up, the oil light steady flashing. I got the windows down, I'm listening. I'm like, man, sound like we losing oil pressure or something. Motor wasn't knocking or nothing. It just had like a little tap, dry sound, So I'm like, man, don't tell me the oil pump done went out on this car. So the yellow Boss back there, I'm gonna see tomorrow. Now it is full of oil, but what I'm gonna do first, because it's an old car, I don't know what kind of oil they put in that car. Some people just grab some oil. It might be some 5W30 or something like that. They'll just grab some oil. So I'm gonna make sure the oil is not too thin. I'm gonna go get some 1040 and maybe a bottle of Lucas and put it in there and see if it'll prime that oil pump back up. And if that don't solve the problem, I'm gonna have to call him and let him know that the next move will probably be putting the oil pump in that car, and then he'll be ready to go. Other than that, everything pretty smooth. My everyday little mechanic work. Me and Reggie been knocking it out. So just some little catch up on some little stuff, like how I tell y'all sometimes these cars, man, just when you think you got it, something will set you back on it. But it be like that sometimes. It's cool. It's an experience. Now on the other hand, I want to show y'all the look that I was going for on Electra. I bought some little rims, people selling rims for cheap right now. So I was like, man, I got a 15-inch tire in the front that's on flat and dry rotted, a big old Chevy Suburban wheel on the other side that was flat and dry rotted, and in the back I had 2 little bitty donuts. So I'm like, man, down here they charging at least $50 a piece for a used 15-inch tire, and then I needed 2 rims. I say, man, by the time I do that, I'll be done spent $300. I'm looking on marketplaces, people with rims on there for $300 and $350 and $400. So I say, man, I might well grab me a little set of wheels just to give me a little inspiration. So this what I came up with. Now this is just one of the ideas, because I pictured if I was gonna go big wheels, it'd either have to be some spokes like some Dayton's, or it'd have to be some wheels with, like some bars on it. Kind of like that look on there. So this what I came up with, y'all. Now those are 24s. I could have went with 26s, but I think I'm gonna go with 24s and go with a little thicker tire, the next size tire up, because of the weight that I'm gonna have and the way I like to ride. I don't want to be babying. That's why all the rims are so cheap right now, because they all bent, they all got cracks in them, but it's cool. I ain't worried about none of that. I just wanted to get a look and see where I'm at with it. So I'm looking at something like this. Now, I don't like the skirt. I don't like, because I had to put adapters and how the wheel kind of sit a little bit towards the skirt. But Pat was like, man, Once you put the music and stuff in there and it squat down, then see how it look. Cause he was like, man, that's a good look for this car. Now, if I want to keep these wheels, it got a couple of bends on them, a couple of cracks. I would have to get them fixed. Depending on how much it costs to get them fixed, I get them fixed and roll them. I wanted to do them gray and maybe do the car gray, maybe some gray insides, do a gray on gray thing. But I kind of like that grayish alloy look. I don't really want no chrome like that, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of picture the car like gray on gray. But that's the kind of look I like. You know, if I'm gonna go something like this, come down crawling, squat it down some more, I think that'll be all right. Everybody that done came by here, they like, man, them look good on there. I think so too, especially once I sit it down in the back. Maybe that's why I don't like it. It's already close to their skirt because of the adapter, and it's actually not rubbing. There's actually enough room right in between that little lip right there just for the wheel to roll, but I wouldn't have no wiggle room. But me and Pat gonna shave that off as usual. We gonna shave that little lip off under there, and I'm gonna just put some weight back there, just find some bricks and some heavy stuff and just set it back there in the trunk and make it squat down so I can really see how it look, and I really know if I want to keep these rims or if I want to find some that's my bow pattern where they can bow straight on and, you know, sit a little deeper in there. But other than that, I really like that look. I really like that look, y'all. It's pretty cool. And I can picture it squatting, gray, crawling, bunch of music, running tight, AC blowing. I can picture that already. I can see it. A lot of people say they can't see that far when they look at a car. They like, man, how you just sit there and, I mean, you have a vision. Everybody have a vision about something. I mean, I don't see how you can buy a car and then not picture yourself in it already with how it's done. I mean, you can see it. Like the water boy, you say, visualize and attack. Visualize and attack. Pat was saying something about we gonna do something with the bumpers and something he was talking about. I was like, hey man, do what you do. This old motor, man, it still got, I don't know if I showed y'all. This motor, now even though it looked like this, my boy who I got this from had this motor rebuilt and he never messed with it. He ended up finding another one just like this that was in better shape. So he just kind of put this one to the side, and I think when I crunk it up, that was the first time it crunk, or they might have played with it before, but that was probably the longest this car has ran. And look at the oil. Let's see. Look at that oil, y'all. I'm talking about not a stain on it. And I ain't did no oil change. This car been sitting up for some years. Cause I had action at getting this car about 3 years ago when I had my, matter of fact, when I bought the Cadillac, the two-door Cadillac, the coupe. That's been about 3 years ago, and I had action at getting this car, and I didn't get it then, and I still ended up with it. And look, ain't nobody touched this oil. That's still the oil from when they put this motor together. Clean. And that's even after I done had the car running. That oil didn't even turn no color. It's still clean and clear. So that motor has to be beautiful on the inside. But yep, people, I think I'm finna get out here and play a little bit because it's really not that cold. I already got my fuel filter with the return line. That's gonna go down there. That's another thing, y'all. I gotta get on this ground in order to mess with the fuel pump, the rest of the lines down there. I'm gonna have to roll it back some because I got grass right here. The concrete start right there. I got a little room in the back. I can push it back a little bit. Probably get up under there. Mess with them gas lines, put the fuel filter, run them on up. My boy Pat the Paint Man put me down with this carburetor. He was going through one of his toolboxes that he hadn't unloaded yet and had a 1406 sitting down in there. So I'm gonna pull that one off and I'm gonna try this one here. That way, if there's something wrong with the 1406, these are so easy to go in and mess with. I'd rather play with this one. Put these spark plug wires back on. Got a belt around the alternator and the water pump. I got some Marvel Mystery oil to pour in there. Pour that in the, well, you know what? I thought about that. I really don't have to run Marvel Mystery oil through this car because the motor is already fresh. So that'll really be a waste of time putting Marvel Mystery oil in the gas or in the oil of this car because it got fresh oil in it. The motor don't need cleaning, and I shouldn't have to run none through the fuel because there shouldn't be nothing wrong with the valves. It just looked like this. I just need to wash under here and do some repainting, and it's a lot of work, but it's cool. It pay off in the end. Pulled the seats out already. I get out here tomorrow and pull that back seat on out. I need to call my boy Quiet and give him them skirts. I know he want them. Pull all this carpet and stuff out. I thought about leaving that carpet down, cleaning it, and laying some new carpet over it and kind of use it for some more insulation. But I think I would rather take that out and put the sound deadener down and then come with some insulation and then just come with the carpet. That way I ain't got to worry about the smell of this old carpet ever coming through or nothing like that. We just gonna get rid of that. I was watching a video today on YouTube. I had subscribed to the channel, man. I forgot the guy's name just that fast because I was kind of moving around, but I was watching at the same time because this video popped on as I was watching, I think, about that oil pump on that Cadillac. But I'm going to build my own door panels. I'm going to try that. I don't know what I'm going to do about this handle, y'all. I might have to build a handle and everything. I mean, the armrest part. I might have to literally build a whole door panel. Now, y'all know if I build it, I'm going to go a different way. Like, instead of that rolling it up and down, I had a cute little light up buttons and let that roll the window up and down. Probably put a phone charger, something like that right there. You know, so if a passenger ride, they can just plug their phone up right over here in the door instead of messing with my stuff over there in the middle, because I had it took up with all my little gadgets and tablet and all that. But yeah, I think I'm gonna build my own door panels, y'all. We're gonna see how that come out. Just some ideas. Probably let Pat throw that marble across the dash, give him that marble effect, depending on what color I go with the car. Now them back panels look alright. We can rewrap them and save them. Yeah, y'all, it's not that bad. Doors closed nice and easy. We're gonna do something with the bumper. I don't know if Pat said don't worry about the pieces. It's something that he gonna do. I don't know. I forgot what he said, y'all. We just be talking about stuff, and sometime he'll mention something. I know what he talking about, but I just gotta sit back and see how he do it. But yeah, went and got a few gallons of gas. I ain't even get a chance. I came back with the gas and been busy ever since. And now it's about 11:30 at night and this gas still sitting on the trunk, man. That's just how busy I be. I get pulled away. And I was gonna try to crank this car today and the day over with. The white Delta, I tried to rebuild that carburetor for that car. She want to leave the Delta here for a while and just go ahead and get it all away since she seen how good it run. She was like, ain't no use in putting it in the storage. I say, yeah. I say, if you need it to sit, you can pay me a little storage and then, you know, work on it here and there. That's cool. As long as you're working on it. So, you know, tried to rebuild that carburetor. It was too far gone on the inside. I don't even know about that. But I think I got another carburetor I might can let her get and rebuild it. She already bought the rebuild kit. And this car run good. She say this car set up for 20 years. Yup. She fresh too. New gas tank sending unit. We ain't even have to do the plugs and wires on this car yet, and it still runs good, y'all. When I fire it up, I'm gonna let y'all see. But yeah, people, that's my plans for the Electra. I don't think I'm gonna do elbows. I think I like that big wheel look. Try something different. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Go ahead and check on Reggie. Oh yeah, somebody was asking me about that Marvel Mystery. This is it right here. Fuel and motor treatment. Where that flash sitting on there, let me see. See what that say? Using all gas, and it worked for all kind of stuff. Diesels, tractors, motorcycles, chainsaws. And man, I remember my uncle told me about this a long time ago. I don't even think the bottle looked like this back then, if I'm not tripping. I know it was red and black, but it seemed like they changed the look of it. But yeah, for those of y'all that don't know and done heard of it, that's Marvel Mystery Oil. Pretty good stuff. Oh man, while I'm leaning on this car right here, I need to call my boy and tell him, man, we need to go another route. Man, I done tried everything I could to get this motor running, and I can't get it to run right. I cannot get it. We done rebuilt the carburetor. I done played with the timing, and it's like everybody I talk to, they like, man, I ain't gonna lie, the 429 engine wasn't really nobody's favorite. And that's what this is. And everybody I talk to that mess with cars, they say, man, you should have been took that motor out and put that man a Chevy 350 in motor and transmission and been had this car gone. I say, well, at first, we was gonna LS it. He really wasn't sure what he wanted to do. Then a little time passed and, you know, we ended up talking about it again. And he was like, man, just see if you can get that motor running good enough to where I can move it around, and we'll see what's what from there. And man, I tried. I put some man hours into this car right here, man. For real, for real. I put some man hours into this, y'all. I stayed up a couple of nights straight messing with this car trying to get it. And I can get it to crank, but I cannot get this car to run right. And that engine, it gets so hot until you will literally see the gas start boiling in the filter. It got an inline filter right here. I don't know if y'all can see that. Right through there, that little inline filter. And even, wait a minute, the brake is just sitting down. Let me see. Right here, y'all. And it's sitting up high from the motor. It's literally nothing under there from way down there. And I can literally watch this car run until that gas start boiling in that filter, and then this car will not crank for a minute. I have to let the gas cool down. It had the fuel pump tripping. Matter of fact, my little fuel pump gadget that I used to use, all the time I've been had it, man, now it's that hot gas, I guess, and whoa, that pump out. So, yeah. Matter of fact, after I do this here, I'm going to shoot him a text because I think he be on the road. But I'm going to let him know, man, we need to go on, snatch this out. Let me and Pat tag team it right quick. Go on, grab a one belt 9350, convert it to carburetor, set it, and hook up the AC. And man, he can ride on. He ain't got to worry about it no more. Then parts hard to find. You know what I'm saying? It's really a waste of time. And it still got the old points and plugs in that ignition coil. Man, I ain't gonna lie, that's something I never learned how to do. The points and plugs and how you gotta set them with that little spacer thing. Man, I don't know nothing about that, y'all. So I even was finna take that distributor, that old distributor out, and upgrade it with a new vacuum distributor. I can't even find one for that motor. One come up for the 500 motor, one come up for the 472, but the 429, no. And all of those motors are in the same bracket, so I don't understand what's so different about the 429. But whatever it is, nobody seems to like the 429 Cadillac engine. So I thought I left them up there. Matter of fact, they is right there on my toolbox. In one of them little side pockets, I think you got like one of them little hanger neck things on it. Yeah. Nobody likes that motor, y'all. So I'm gonna tell him, man, the only other option is gonna swap it out, cause evidently, if I'm not gonna mess with it, Pat not gonna mess with it, ain't too many more people gonna mess with it. And the money he gonna spend trying to get that motor back up to par, we might as well have to swap it out. Man, that's a big old airplane, y'all. You know, we right by that airport. They be flying low. Even the new spot, we still in the same area, so we still get the same airplanes that used to pass by the other side. But like I say, y'all, it ain't that cold out here, so I might go ahead and warm myself up a little bit, and I might get back out here and mess with Electra, man, because I really been neglecting that car. And I should have been at least had it running. I should have been had that car at least turnkey ready as long as I had it. And like today, I tried to go ahead and put some gas in it and prime up the pump and hook up the rest of the lines and stuff. And it's like after I came back with the gas, I never got back to it. And now I've been on here, what, 20-some minutes? Shoot, so it's probably almost 12 o'clock now, so it's a whole nother day. And it seemed like the only way I'm gonna touch this car if I stay up a couple of more hours and do it right now. I got stuff to do in the morning, so yeah. I guess I'll spiderweb. Guess I'll tune back in with y'all tomorrow, and hopefully we can do some cranking up on Electra. Oh, and that's something else I want to tell y'all. Somebody had mentioned they wanted to start seeing me do more work. The reason why it be hard for me to film like that, because I do so much moving back and forth. Is gonna be hard for me to just, I do so much. Like say for instance, if I was filming my car right now, I would have to be going back and forth. I have to keep leaving the camera. But see, that's when the editing part come in, and I haven't learned that yet. So that's why I just shoot my videos straight up. I don't even know how to edit. The most I know how to do is take a couple of videos and just put them together and make it work. But like all that editing, like stopping the video and picking back up and doing all that, I ain't learned all that yet. So once I get it together where I got me a cameraman and a person that can edit and all that, you know, I get more into showing my work. That way when I gotta leave and get tools, and while in the midst I'm getting tools, I might have to hit rigid with something. So sometimes I might leave the camera and might not be able to come back for 20 minutes. So I'm gonna have to keep stopping and pausing and stopping and pausing, and I ain't learned how to do that yet, y'all. So, I mean, somebody will come around. I have a cameraman one day. I'll be able to afford to pay him and shoot some good footage. Shit, we'll have class in session around here. But I ain't gonna talk y'all to death, man. I'll holler at y'all tomorrow.